Hello, I'm the Doctor. Welcome to DoctorGeek. We've got a short video today, as now that all of the sneak peeks have dropped for episode 4 of series 11, let's take a look at what we know so far about arachnids in the UK. First off, the official synopsis reads, "Something's happening with the spiders in this city." The Doctor, Yaz, Graham, and Ryan find their way back to Yorkshire and Yaz's family, only to find something is stirring amidst the 8-legged arachnid population of Sheffield. In the second, more recent synopsis that we got, they elaborate a bit more. The Doctor manages to bring Ryan, Yaz, and Graham safely back home to 21st century Sheffield, only to discover a sinister mystery is unfolding on their home turf. Something strange is happening to all of the spiders in the city. But before the Doctor can save Yorkshire from an 8-legged invasion, she has to make it through her first encounter with Yaz's family. So, right off the bat, we know that they'll return to Sheffield in this episode, which follows the New Who trope of returning home in the 4th episode after visiting the future and the past, and we'll be spending a good amount of time with Yasmin's family, which if you see my reviews, you'll know that I'm a fan of, since until last week, we didn't really get much out of her character. From a clip released on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, it looks like the Doctor will land in present-day Sheffield right off the bat, and will sadly bid her companions farewell before Yaz invites her to tea and gives her a reason to stick around a bit longer. From there, we'll meet her family, and we'll be introduced to the problem of very large spiders. But before we speculate any further, let's take a look at the next episode preview.
Who are you? How do you know my daughter?
So, first off, we get a shot of Yasmin opening the TARDIS and discovering that they have finally made it home. Since we know that by last week's episode they had already tried at least 14 times, we can only guess at how long they've been trying to get back to present-day Earth. Next, we see the Doctor looking through a letter flap as someone asks, "Who are you?" And it's revealed to be Yasmin's mother as she asks them, "How do you know my daughter?" Now I think we can assume that the Doctor is looking for a spider when she looks through this letter flap, as that's the focus of the episode, but it's interesting that we see Yasmin's mother here, which makes me wonder how important she's going to be in this episode. And Yaz's family is mentioned very prominently in these synopses. So I'm thinking her mother is going to be playing a very important role in this episode. In the promo pictures, we can see that Yaz is with her mother surrounded by cobwebs. So it looks like they'll face at least part of the danger together. And her sister and father will be included in the episode as well. So I'm really excited to see how they portray Yaz's family.
Something's happening with the spiders in this city.
Continuing on, we see Graham looking around at a room full of cobwebs, and then the Doctor inspects a lab that seems to be housing many spiders, and it really gives me some Spider-Man vibes.
32,000 known species of spider in the world, divided into 3 subunits.
That's amazing.
Yasmin is heard saying something's happening with the spiders in this city. And then, we end on the character Robertson, played by Chris Noth from Sex and the City, as he screams for his life. So yeah, the first trailer plus the synopsis paints us a pretty good picture of the episode, as it seems that spiders will be taking over Sheffield in one way or another. And since spiders have played a very prominent role in some of the most well-known Doctor Who stories, starting with the 8 legs in the 3rd Doctor's era and going all the way up to the Arachnids with the 10th Doctor, I'm excited to see what they do with them this week. To get a slightly better idea of what's happening though, we do have one more trailer to take a look through that was released on Tuesday of this week. Let's take a look.
Big spider problem in this city, Yaz. Glad to be home.
So this trailer opens on a spider web, and the Doctor tells Yaz that there's a big spider problem in the city. The next 2 scenes come from the Series 11 trailer, as we see first the Doctor, Ryan, and a new character played by Tanya Fear named Dr. Jade McIntyre. The 3 of them open a cupboard with caution, clearly expecting something to jump out at them, And then in the next scene, Ryan looks under the table and finds a giant spider, which causes him to flinch backwards. These scenes are pretty self-explanatory, but looking at this doctor character that Tanya Fear is playing, I think it's safe to assume that she is one of the people responsible for causing this problem with the spiders, as we see her in some promotional photos from this episode in a lab coat surrounded by more spider stuff. We can next see Robertson peeking out from behind a door before being confronted by what looks like a person, completely wrapped up in spider silk. This scene reminds me of that campy movie 8-Legged Freaks, which featured the whole town being ransacked by giant spiders who wrapped up their victims. So, I'm expecting a pretty similar storyline in this episode.
Daisy.
Tell me exactly what's going on, omitting no detail no matter how strange.
As the trailer continues, Ryan is frightened, saying, "Oh my days." And Yaz listens at the wall as a giant spider waits just on the other side. There's a woman in this scene behind her that I'm assuming is Yaz's mother. In fact, scratch that, I'm sure it is, because it matches the promo picture here. Finally, the trailer ends with the doctor angrily confronting the Robertson character, telling him to tell her exactly what's going on, omitting no details, no matter how strange. And then, we once again end on Robertson screaming his head off as he's likely attacked by a massive spider. So yeah, I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but if I was going to write out a likely summary for this episode, I'd say that the doctor arrives with her companions, Yaz invites her to tea, they meet the Khan family, and somehow they learn about some strange stuff going down at a lab close by, possibly by a friend of the family. Then, after we meet Dr. McIntyre, we will learn about the super spiders that they have accidentally created, and while the Robertson character tries to cover up any wrongdoing, the Doctor, Yaz, Graham, and Ryan will get to the bottom of it and stop the spiders from taking over the city. Unfortunately, since this problem seems man-made, I don't think that these spiders will be in any way related to the 8-legs from Classic Who were descended from human spiders brought on a colony ship to an alien planet. Since Chibnall has said that there are no old monsters, I think that really puts a nail in the coffin for that idea. But honestly, if you're going to bring back giant spiders to Doctor Who, a monster that for many reasons is insanely memorable, then why not make the connection? It just seems like a waste. But that's just my opinion. So, what do you think of the trailer? And what are you most looking forward to seeing in this episode? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you for being my companions on this journey today. I'm the Doctor. Bye for now.